The legend of Oklahoma State wrestling coach John Smith is among the greatest in the history of sports. He won 2 NCAA championships while at OSU and 2 Olympic gold medals in 1988 and 1992. That same year, Smith returned to his alma mater as the wrestling coach. Now in his 26th season, Smith is training the next generation of world champion wrestlers, one of which happens to be his very own son, Joe Smith. Coaching your son brings an entirely new dynamic to the wrestling room, and has challenged Smith with attempting to treat his son like any other competitor. It is still a phenomenon Smith is not quite accustomed to.
You tend to want to push a little bit harder. You tend to judge him a little bit differently. Winning and losing's a little bit different with me and him. Where I might support some kid that got beat in an ugly match and build him up, I might be kicking Joe in the tail, you know. Those are the things that I got to continue to balance out.
Last year, Joe finished with a 34-5 record and was named an All-American. He had the rare opportunity to compete as a true freshman, something his father doesn't traditionally do.
Remember, he was young last year, started as a true freshman. I haven't done that very often. I'd like to have avoided it last year, but I really had no choice. I thought we had a chance to win. We did.
Joe wrestles at the 157-pound weight class. Last season at the NCAA championships, he was disappointed with his 7th place finish. Now in his second year, he is confident in his ability to contend for the title.
I think I'm the best. I do think I'm the best. I know I can be the best, but it all matters how you perform on the mat and when it counts, and that's when it comes down to.
Joe's relationship with his father is complex, to say the very least. Both grew up on a mat much like this one right here inside Gallagher-Iba Arena. Here in the wrestling room, John is Joe's coach. But when they go home each night, John is simply a dad who wants the best for his son, something Joe has always cherished.
When I'm out of the wrestling room, he's my dad, and we have that father-son relationship. It's a really good relationship, but in the wrestling room, it's like nobody else in there. He's my coach just like everybody else.
The two fierce competitors share an unrivaled bond. This is a father-son duo like no other. For the rest of their lives, they will always have something that brings them together and unites them. Joe has overcome a lot to be a collegiate wrestler at Oklahoma State. It's impossible to reach the kind of success without facing some sort of challenges along the way. But no matter what, his dad will always be proud of him.
I know that he works hard. He doesn't need me in his corner. I think I need to be there, but in the end, I'm proud of him, and he's had a lot of challenges, some things to overcome, both on the mat and off, and just like to see him grow, and I've seen him grow into an adult, and that's as exciting as anything.
Only a sophomore, Joe has his whole career ahead of him. After completing his eligibility at OSU, he wants to compete on the world stage and fulfill his dream of winning a gold medal, just like his father before him. For the Polk Report, I'm Doug Thompson.
Joseph Smith.